Hello everyone, Alexiaguila1330 once again here. Uh, this is a video, this is a type of video I never expected to ever have to do. Uh, yeah, because it's simply not a style, it's not my style, but the thing is, this is a case where I'm forced to make this because I need I need to give you, the viewer, the responsibility of sharing this video around to spread the message about the fact that I'm going through a defamation effort by a group of very bad people who are known to do very horrible stuff and yeah, pretty much I hope you're kind enough to spread the word around because I think at this point we can all agree that the worst thing that one can go through is have their name ruined and have their name ruined for being accused of doing something that you never in your life would want to do. So yeah, that's it. Please, I hope you are kind enough to help me. But anyways, here we now we start with the main topic. So what this is about is regarding if you yeah you might have been able to notice that recently I was involved with exposing certain problems in the Roblox Napoleonic genre and and amongst those things and that is related to the trouble I'm going through right now. Uh, first of all, who exactly am I a victim of? Well, in Discord, there's a private server called Blacklisted Workers Party. Here I'm spelling it out for you. BWP for short. Uh, this server is not one where anyone can just enter. It has I was one of those who was able to get a look at it, and it was about I think around 40 members it had, like over 40, and yeah, and this server revolves around doxing, blackmailing, server nuking, grooming, spreading CP, and creating evidence to falsely accuse people of things they never did. That is pretty much what this group right here is about. And this server is owned by a person called General Brutus. This is his name on Discord, but on Roblox he's called like this, with yeah, with an I instead of an L. And so here you have the owner of BWP, and of course BWP is named after Napoleonic Wars blacklists. Uh, yeah, you can see I'm right here, unfortunately, because I made mistakes in the past. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, as you can see, Brutus back when he had a different name was blacklisted, and so he's present here, and the thing, and yeah, and other, yeah, BWP is mainly made out of people who have been blacklisted, but not all of them. Not all of them. That's the main. That is the bulk of its members. But there's also some other people who have not never been ever blacklisted in NW, but are still part of the group because we could because that's the thing. That's the thing. Sometimes they have collaborators. Sometimes there are people who are willing to help BWP in achieving whatever it is they're trying to accomplish. And now we will. And now another thing I want to mention regarding BWP is that it has an administrator called Bailey. Here it is, and he has had other accounts blacklisted in W. And one more thing regarding BWP is that the owner, Brutus, also owns a server called Napoleonic Uncensored, which was established back in October. And yeah, wait a minute. Sorry. Yeah, it was established back in October, and oh, where is it? The fuck. It was established back in October, and the thing about it is that it advertised itself on giving protecting people from child predators, making the Napoleonic genre safe, and a bunch of other wonderful stuff. But the thing is, they never fulfilled any of those promises because let's be honest, BWP being the members of it, yeah, I'm sorry, being the BWP being the ones who own that server, yeah, pretty much uh, those things they advertise Napoleonic Uncensored on, they were never going to be fulfilled in the first place. So, and this image right here will be brought up later. So, all right, so now we established who exactly not BWP, its members, and the groups they yeah, and what the groups revolve about. So, what exactly is it about these people that is bringing me trouble? Well, you might not, or not be aware that back in starting from December 2nd, 2025, I started exposing the server nukings by BWP that were part of the Daniel Ackerman operation. Well, yeah. Uh, First of all, BWP has been doing server nukings before the establishment of Napoleonic Uncensored. But the thing is, the establishment of Napoleonic Uncensored that took things like to the next step, we could say, because because they started because it was in this era where they started the establishment of a very evil operation, which revolved around the NU/BWP team and nuking servers and reporting them as quote unquote news. Where they would lie about the NU/BWP team not having been involved in these nukings and them instead having been you know uh, being done by and instead saying that the mastermind behind the nukings was a person called Daniel Ackerman who did not exist and was instead a character named after an alt of BWP member Asker Kaya, yeah, who is this person right here. Yeah, here you have the Daniel Ackerman who yeah the yeah so yeah, in case you're wondering where did they come up with Daniel Ackerman, yeah, the story is more lame than you were actually led to believe. So anyways, so what exactly is the thing that about this? Well, as you know, this video right here is the first video I made exposing Napoleonic Uncensored and BWP's Daniel Ackerman operation. I later uploaded another video on December 8th, but the thing is, the aftermath of this video is where I started being attacked by BWP because, as you can see, I have a server called the Dedicated Man, and as you can see on December 3, the aftermath of me uploading this video, I uploaded it. Spasmic threatened with doxing me and creating false claims. Yeah, the usual. Um, Free Thinker threatened to dox me too. Bailey threatened to. First of all, he asked me to delete the video. I refused. Uh, then yeah, a blown up party joins the conversation. And as you see, Bailey straight up admits that he's trying to fool people into thinking I'm a pedophile, and blown up party approves of the slander efforts against me, and is part of said slander effort. And he mentions that the fact that yeah, NDPC banned me. Uh, what the Yeah, he banned me after exposing the Daniel Ackerman nukings, and he falsely claimed I did it because I quote unquote asked Spasmic for CP, which did not happen, and he did not never showed any proof. But oh well, he banned me for it. And Ender PC, who we know has doxed minors, surely he's telling the truth, right? No, no. But anyways, yeah, he also mentioned that I got banned from Napoleonic Grand Battles because of the allegations, but except I did not actually get banned for the allegations. There, they threatened, they blackmailed the owner of that community to ban me. So yeah, yeah, that's the thing regarding this quote unquote slander campaign. It was not successful, and so they resorted to bullying people to get me out of places. So that's so yeah, on December 3rd, yeah, that's the thing that happened. They started the effort to ruin my reputation, and then on December 8th, as you know, I uploaded another video exposing the Daniel Ackerman operation, where Ender PC was straight up admitting that he was planning the whole thing, and yeah, some more things happened. That was the last time I received threats from BWP until from there. Not much happened until yeah, I kept investigating these guys after the second video that I mentioned, but it was mostly behind the scenes stuff, and the thing that happened is that I was until that period I was in contact. Yeah, up until now I was in contact with this person called Faithpheus, and who is Faithpheus? You might ask. Well, Faithpheus, as first of all, if you've seen various parts of my first video exposing the Daniel Ackerman operation, you see there it is. Faithpheus was brought along in the NU/BWP teams GC created in the aftermath of the NW Warsaw nuking. Uh, because because here's the truth about this. All right, it's time you learn, yeah, who is Faithpheus and why am I in trouble with BWP currently. So, all right, so yeah, let's go first on who exactly Faithpheus is. Faithpheus is this person right here. Yeah, it's this person is an adult man who, is gay and dresses like a girl and uh, posts sexual images of himself in servers full of minors, as you can see by these examples, and that's pretty much who Faithfeast is. That's it. And as I said before, he was an administrator, or well, actually I don't remember if I said it. Well, yeah, and he was administrator of NW Warsaw and NW Lithuania until he got blacklisted, days ago, as of the yeah, days ago here, as you can see. But why did he get blacklisted? Well, here's the thing. And I'll make it quick. So Faithpheus, it turns out, was a BWP collaborator. Yeah, pretty much. And I know. You're probably thinking, wait, but that's obvious. This video I watched makes it obvious. Makes it obvious that he was a collaborator. So why did it take 2 months to blacklist him? Yeah. Here's the thing. The thing is, his involvement with BWP was not clear at this point. Because here's the thing, people did not know something that the general public did not know is that Faithpheus was friends with Brutus for a long time. Yeah, that's the truth. Apparently, Faithpheus was friends with Brutus since at least 2023, when multiple people can confirm that in 2023 Brutus was the CEO of NW Bonaparte Spain, the NW Bonaparte Spain Regiment 2O, and Faithfeus was the XO. So they both ran a regiment there in that nation, which, as you know, I have a lot of love, because I was the face, I was a general there, and I was the face of the nation, years ago. But yeah, as I said, these guys were part of a ran a regiment there, and the thing about the regiment is that confirmed by multiple people can confirm that with that regiment, which rallied a lot of people, Brutus was being a troublemaker from the start, because it said that that and Brutus made during battles, he made his regiment flag the liver on purpose, and that and he did not help his allies and stuff like that. He pretty much he sabotaged the nation, and makes me think maybe he's related to why, maybe he's the reason of why the nation shut down. but I don't want to, I don't want to, claim speculation is true. So, anyways, yeah, and another thing, I'm not going to. Another thing, if you're wondering whether I will show the evidence, and the answer, yeah, if you're wondering whether I will show the evidence to, confirm what I am explaining to you, the answer is no, because here's the thing, that is a limit that I'm applying right now. So because it's very confidential information, very sensitive. So yeah, you're gonna have to pretty much trust my word. But the thing is, if you want confirmation of what I'm saying about Faithpheus is true, just ask an NW moderator, and you will be given a yes or no answer, and yeah, you can pretty much be rest easy. So anyways, so yeah, as I mentioned before, Faithpheus, as yeah, so now we have established Faithpheus was a friend of Brutus for a long time, and Faithpheus was noticed to be play the GTA mod 5M a lot, which is worth mentioning because 5M is confirmed to have been a a game that BWP plays a lot. Yeah, they play a lot of 5M, and Faithfuse plays 5M. So all of that, along with these guys, and yeah, pretty much all of that points out towards the NW Warsaw having been made possible. Yeah, it's nuking having made possible thanks to Faithfuse, accepting to voluntarily make the nuking happen. It's you because who gave the perms to BWP members B60 and Spasmic, who gave them the nukings to nuke that server. It was Faithpheus. Yeah, he was. Here it is. He admitted, uh, and in case you have any more doubts, because yeah, I understand. Like, oh yeah, yeah, I understand that some may make the argument that well, they knew each other from years ago, and they play yeah, and they both play the same game, but what is the relation? Well, here's yet another thing. Faithpheus has admitted that he knows a lot of stuff from the BWP's history, like he knows yeah, he knows stuff from its apparent beginnings in 2023. He knows stuff that happened, throughout that year in that group. He knows the stuff that BWP did on 2024, apparently. So yeah, I think there's no doubt. NW Warsaw, it's unfortunate nuking happened, thanks to BWP collaboration. And here's and in case you're wondering, how are you sure? And if you're, I understand some may be asking what, but would people really, collaborate to make BWP do bad stuff? Yeah, of course. Yeah, there are some people, some disgusting people that totally would do that. I'll explain to you. As you know, on January 9, 2026, both the NW and NW Russia servers got nuked, and they doxed the NW staff. Yeah, and all of that was made possible thanks to you know uh, former NW agent Fregicus, or Lord Frigant as he was known before. He accepted he gladly accepted to make that possible, and yeah, just a little note there. It kind of upsets me. It kind of yeah, I'm kind of upset that the NW moderation did not notice that Frigicus was able to do this, because if they managed to look at deep look a bit more closer, they would have noticed that Frigicus was part of the Ender PC's Napoleonic lawyers group. The same Ender PC who along with Brutus, started the Daniel Ackerman nukings operation. But anyways, so anyways, so yeah, going back, and there's also another thing. Yeah, Faithpheus is friends with Thrivicus. Here's how it's spelled: Thrivicus. who is this person? Well, he was known back then. Yeah, months ago, he was known as a variety of names. First of all, he was called Cops Adonis. Yeah, Cops Adonis. He was called previously. He was later called Solarpheus, and yeah, now Thrive because and he was during the period he was known as Cops Adonis. He was referred to as Pat. And the thing about this guy is that back in October back in October he had been the only administrator of the Wars of Europe community. Uh, yeah, for some time he had been the only administrator in in the server of that community, which you might know because I uploaded videos of it ever since it was called the Wars of Napoleon. And the thing is, in October 11, 2025, Wars of Europe's community server got nuked, and it was made the server was directly nuked. Yeah, it was the person who directly did it was BWP goon Mind Rooks, who added the BWP nuking bot, that one that deletes roles, channels, and bans members and all that, all of it with automatically. Yeah, but the reason Mindworks was able to get those roles is because uh, yeah, Thryvik suddenly, all of a sudden, gave him, yeah, that guy, that Brutus Goon, the roles to be able to add that role. So he pretty much, without warning, backstabbed, uh, you know, yeah, and a server that he was assigned to, moderate and all that. So that's a case. So that's another case where BWP was able to have success thanks to collaboration, and there's another you know yeah, and there's also another case where collaboration was done by Thrivicus, which yeah, it's the last one we're gonna point out. So in the aftermath, yeah, most of us yeah, most people know the NW Warsaw nuking. Yeah, it's the most known nuking that was part of the NU/BWP team's Daniel Ackerman operation. But the thing is, in the aftermath of that, they started nuking non-NW servers, uh, and one of them was Fields of War France, which was owned by a 13-year-old literal cautious Atticus underscore 098 on Discord, and at first they tried first of all, before they actually nuked it, they were trying to do that for days, like and 3 to 4 days before the nuking happened, that they blackmailed yeah Brutus, B6ETA, Spasbic, and Fate, yeah, blackmailed the little cautious on a GC, where they blackmailed him with threats of leaking his address, and you're spreading fake pictures of him if he did not hand over the perms to allow the nuking. And the person who was said to to have done the blackmail itself was Spaspic, and he was being a really disgusting douchebag while doing it, because he took pleasure on trying to mentally torture the 13-year-old literal, and and uh and apparently and it doesn't help that Spasbic has been accused by multiple Discord users of being a 20-year-old who tries to e-date to later spread CP of those key grooms. But anyway, so apparently the nuking was I'm sorry, apparently the blackmail was unsuccessful, because when they eventually the way they eventually were able to do the nuking is that Thrivicus once again saved the day, quote unquote. Yeah, he saved the day for BWP, because apparently, Brutus contacted him again, and thanks to that, the day on November 28th, Thrivicus did the same once again. In that community, he was assigned to help. He suddenly gave the perms with no permission of his superiors. He gave Spaspic and B6CTA the perms to be able to add the bot, as you can see here, 2 times. They added the bot 2 times. Thanks to Thrivic making it possible, and the Fields of War France by Literal Cautious was completely destroyed, and over 500 members were banned, and it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, that's the thing about as I said, this is all related because Thrybicus was a very is a very good friend of Faithpheus. These guys were related, and in the first of all, Thrybicus was on borrowed. Eventually, yeah, Thrybicus became. Eventually, Thrybicus was on borrowed time because he was about to get blacklisted for racism. Yeah, and eventually, they they yeah eventually. And here's the thing: the thing they did with Faithfuse was kind of smart, and even I have to admit because as I said, Faithfuse helped yeah nuke NW Warsaw. But here's and I don't know what is I don't know exactly what is the the interaction Faithfuse had with the BWP, the NU/BWP team behind cameras, because we don't have their DMs with us. But here's the thing: we can have an idea of how it went, because this right here, what you're seeing right now, are the DMs between Sultan Nebelik, a former administrator of NW Ottoman, and yeah, Brutus Goon B6CTA. As you can see, B6CTA was trying to convince Sultan Nebelik of letting him nuke yeah, helping him nuke NW Ottoman, but Sultan in the end refused, and as you can see, BCCTA told him that there were no risks. Yeah, he assured Sultan Nebelik that there were no risks, but and you know what? B6CTA, I think in this instance he was kind of right, because as I know, no, I'm sorry. As we know, so Faithpheus helped nuke the NW Warsaw server, but he received no consequences because, yeah, there was no proof that uh, there was no proof that he gave those perms which with bad purposes. Which, yeah, it's fair enough. Maybe that could be a good argument, but there's stuff that happened afterwards, which was as you know, I revealed, thanks to my December 2nd video, I revealed that Faithfeus was recruited to the NU/BWP team's Daniel Ackerman operation. So yeah, and after I posted this video, Faithfeus got blacklisted and got demoted from NW Warsaw in Lithuania. But because the NU/BWT team put effort into making it seem like Faithfeus was innocent, uh, that got the Faithfeus Faithfeus punishments undone. And yeah, I remember they sent a picture of uh, Faithfeus being all dramatic, saying, "You made me lose my job, and I'm going against you." And B6CTA and Spaspic saying stuff like, "Oh, why have you done this? You leaking our stuff." And yeah, in looking back at it, yeah, it was very obvious that it was staged. But I gotta admit, yeah, to some it can look legit. And the person who said the picture was Thrybicus, but he has since deleted it. But I guess because he realized that it was looking too obvious. But at the very least, we have these messages here from me where they have immortalized the fact that I actually saw those pictures I mentioned, which were clearly fake. So anyways, so the next thing about Fate is yeah, as you know, so yeah, pretty much that happened. That would have been in December 2nd, which, and after which I continued my investigation. But there was not much with Fate Fees, because yeah, there was simply not much. Apparently, he had only been because apparently he had just only been involved with the NU/BWP team, because he was uh, infiltrating them to gain evidence, and help NW and all that. It seemed like that was the end of it. Um, and even though I could have, even though I suspected that it was. even though I knew there was something wrong with this person, especially because, as you can see here, he, to my old account, he was, begging me to, spread the word around that he was a spy and all. Even though because of all of that stuff, I was suspicious of him. Yeah, everyone, time pretty much passed with not without much coming out of it until the aftermath of the NW and NW Russia server nukings. Which was part of the Daniel Ackerman operation, because as you have seen by screenshots, they one of the Nazi themed announcements was that Daniel Ackerman was behind this. Yeah, well, Faithpheus. The thing is, Faithpheus was directly involved in the those nukings. That's pretty much it. He was directly involved in those nukings. In fact, very involved, because he is the one who directly added the nuking bot to to the servers, and then ran the command. Meaning, the Faithpheus, this guy who likes to send pictures of sexual pictures to minors. Yeah, he's guilty as sin, pretty much. And the reason I found out is because, first of all, in the aftermath of the NW in the W and NW Russia nukings, he acted suspicious. He brought up that Ottoman, yeah, the NW Ottoman, which is coincidentally a very big target that BWP is trying to attack. He brought up that NW Ottoman may have been behind the those nukings on January 9. But I knew it was complete nonsense. But anyways, yeah, and then the days passed. I eventually, the days, yeah, I pretty much, and since the days that came, I have been trying to lock in. I looked everywhere I could regarding for clues of what exactly was done to make the NW the January 9 nukings happen, and I eventually found out that from a variety of people that handed me evidence. I find out that Faithpheus was amongst those who made those nukings happen. So and because of that, in I because of a report I made, Faithpheus is now uh, blacklisted, and he got banned again from NW Warsaw and NW Lithuania, which really pissed off BWP, because it was their foothold, because thanks to Faithfews being banned, they lost their foothold in those nations, and as a result, they're gonna have to scramble around for another way to like target those servers if they ever wish to do so. And so what is so and there was one last thing regarding Faithfeus that made me suspicious about you know about him supposedly having only been innocent. About him having been innocent, apparently. So the thing is, there's one last thing. Faithfeus has said that after the December, the stuff that happened in December, where he apparently gave evidence to the NW moderation. He said he had not been involved. Uh, he had not been around the BWP team anymore, and that turned out to be a lie because of the evidence that I gathered about him being directly involved with in the NW and NW Russia server nukings. And yeah so there's and lastly, there's the fact that you know uh, Faithpheus, because first of all, I made the report exactly a month after the January 9 nuking. So that pretty much confirmed that even if so even if Faithfeus suddenly decided to admit that he was actually involved in those January 9 nukings, he had bad intentions, because a month passed and he did not hand over any evidence, like absolutely nothing. And especially especially regarding the BWP nuking bot, which he's in possession of because it was given to him to nuke those servers that day. So and even then, there's also the fact that even if he did not have a bad intentions, uh, uh, I'm sorry. There's also the fact that there's also the fact that he did not have a good intentions because he could have alerted. He could have alerted the NW team that Fregekus that they were about to nuke those servers thanks to Fregekus. He had that information. Which, if revealed, could have saved a lot of people from getting doxxed, which is not a good thing. Faithpheus, if you're hearing this, how can you think it's good to let the people get doxxed and uh, and have their effort in the server ruined? Like, how can you voluntarily choose to do that? Well, anyways, so yeah, everything pretty much confirmed. Faithpheus was you know, pretty much a piece of trash like the typical BWP member. But anyways, all right. So yeah, now we reach the the today. Yeah, today. What is going on today is that Bailey, the administrator of yeah, BWP, he's pissed off. Pretty much, he's pissed off about the fact that I got Faithpheus blacklisted. He is let's see. So pretty much, let's go to his most recent interactions with me because they will bring a lot of context. You see. So all right. So on January 10, the aftermath of the NW and NW Russia nukings, uh, he asks me to unblock him because because in order to infiltrate BWP, yeah, I remember there was during the period I was infiltrating BWP. I was criticizing them for not being not actually being anti NW, but so he asked me this question. I told him that I wouldn't block him, but that the fact that these guys kept insulting me made me not want to. And um yeah, he kept asking me, and eventually, yeah, today I mentioned to him, tell your buddy Faithpheus that I say GG's in regarding to referencing something. This GG's is referencing what Faithpheus said after the NW and NW Russia servers got nuked thanks to him. Yeah, thanks to him, running the BWP bot, and then Bailey says, I never talked to Faithpheus, which we know is not true, but oh well, he says that. But to make it, but to trick him a bit, I said, well, okay, tell your buddy Brutus, because Brutus and Faith are very good friends. Um, yeah, and but despite the so yeah, he still says that he never talked to Brutus, which what? But anyways, let's keep going. Eventually, he says that eventually he says that because I got Faithful's blacklisted, he will the next nuking they do will make they will blame me for the next nuking they do, which yeah, this is very serious. Like it's very serious. Like it's very serious. So first of all, I bring up a point. Wait, why are you going to do that? If you said you never talked to Faithful's, why would you blame me for something as punishment for getting blacklisted, a person you were apparently never spoke to? But he says that he does not elaborate. He simply says that what I did is a bad thing anyway, which and yeah, they pretty much and just because of that they were trying to ruin my reputation yet again. So yeah, Bailey, even though he tried to do otherwise, pretty much confirmed that Faithful's was is a BWP collaborator because I mean, think for yourselves. Like, why would Bailey try to do such a thing against me if if the person who I got blacklisted supposedly was not a member of theirs, like pretty much. Just I guess yeah, pretty much. There's nothing else. And there's here's the other account of Bailey and yeah, which I contacted months ago. I will have to censor that because it shows Gory's address, which he sent to me. I don't want that I don't want that to be shown. But anyways, and then there's the other the other Bailey account, the third Bailey account, where he says he doesn't nuke, which yeah, I think that is completely contradicted by pretty much everything they do, especially when I was part of BWP. I literally yeah, that's pretty much. I think I want to point out is that as soon as they kick you out of BWP, they're gonna completely go like flat earther mode and pretend that what you were never part of BWP. No, no, this person you interacted with in the BWP server is not a member of BWP. So yeah, every time you hear them say something, don't believe it. Pretty much, just because that's how the BWP only knows the language of lies. So yeah, so pretty much this. Please spread the word out there because this is I can't believe I have to say this, but falsely accusing people is not right, and it's not right. It's not right. But I guess but I guess well, but I guess PWP thinks differently. So, anyways, so yeah, spread the word. Tell them that Alexiaguila is being is about to be falsely accused for server nukings, and they're doing it. Yeah, and on top of all, they're doing it in the name of this. This is the most pathetic. This is the most pathetic part about this whole thing. Yeah, Brutus, Bailey, yeah, but whoever is watching this right now, you constantly try to try to role play as neo Nazis and all, and yet this is the reason. Yeah, this is the person you're choosing to punish me over, like this gay guy who thinks he's a girl. Like what? You are you freaking serious? Like you turned out to be more gay than you made it seem. I mean, you made it. I mean, you're looking as if you're showing yourselves to be more gay than what you than yeah, which contradicts how you initially showed yourself as tough guys and stuff like that. Like, what the hell? So, anyways, so this is the end. Yeah, fuck you, BWP, Brutus, Bailey, Faithpheus, Oblivel, Asker Kaya, and the rest of whatever clowns are there. You're going to hell, and thank you, everyone. If you're sharing this video, it will mean a lot to me, especially in situations like this when defamation. Defamation is defamation hurts, and I hope you understand me. That was everything. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. And truth shall be what gets out there.